Now, government is promoting the use of its Companies Tribunal to solve company disputes without having to go through the courts. The Companies Tribunal is an agency of the Department of Trade and Industry. It offers alternative dispute resolution. That basically is free mediation, conciliation, or arbitration as an alternative to going the very costly legal route. To discuss, we're now joined by the chairperson of the Companies Tribunal, Dr. Mohamed Chicktay. Dr. Chicktay, thank you for being with us. But before we look at the dispute resolution, just tell us about the things that you're legally mandated to do as the Companies Tribunal. I see a lot of companies would come to you, for example, before they want to extend an AGM or something like that.
Good evening. Thank you for the opportunity. The Companies Tribunal is basically part of the DTI, even though we are a Companies Tribunal. The type of disputes we hear are name disputes. That's when there's a conflict between companies with regard to having very similar names. Also, if a company wants to be exempted from having social and ethics committees, they can apply to us. If there's directorship disputes, they can also come to us. If they want to extend having an AGM, they also make an application to us. And with the coronavirus happening at the moment, a lot of companies are unable to have the AGMs during this time, and they apply to us for an extension of that. So we basically adjudicate matters, and we also have the ability to do ADR processes, that's arbitration and mediation. And I think at the moment with the economic climate the way it is, the Companies Tribunal provides a service to companies free of charge. And what we're trying to say is that we want to look for an alternative way to resolve disputes through mediations and arbitrations. And mediations in particular, where if there is a dispute within a company, that can be resolved amicably by our members of the Companies Tribunal who are experienced mediators. And what we offer at the moment, because of the dangers of the COVID-19, while we may have face-to-face mediations in very extreme cases, what we do offer is online mediation, whereby we can do mediations on a number of online platforms. And we call on all South Africans, companies where there are disputes, and there will be more disputes now, especially with the economy the way it is, to use our services. It's free of charge. And another thing is our disputes are resolved very quickly. Our mediations can be resolved even within a month. So it's more cost effective. Sorry?
So you've said that companies are under pressure now that could result in more disputes. Just give us some idea of the disputes that you're either seeing or you expect because of the lockdown, maybe companies owing each other money. What do you expect to see?
What we expect to see, as I said, we've had a number of companies making applications for the extension of having the AGMs. We may have a number of other disputes amongst directors themselves, especially with the economic crisis the way it is. And we're able to mediate those disputes. We're calling on South African companies to say, look, use the tribunal. We're there, we're free of charge, we save time, and we ensure that there's privacy. So I think in this economic climate, it's important for us not to use the adjudicative processes, which will take years to resolve. So it's important for investment to use the Companies Tribunal as well. So, and we also have a case management system where people can apply online to use the Companies Tribunal. But the nature of South Africa is not all South Africans have access to data, have access to online mechanisms. So the Companies Tribunal is open even for walk-ins, provided that the safety mechanisms of masks and sanitization are taken into account when such applications are made.
So I think this is wonderful for many companies to hear about. What makes you different from the CCMA, for example, that also offers conciliation, arbitration, etc.?
The CCMA is an excellent organization. It deals with labor disputes, and it also tries to mediate labor disputes, and it's accessible to all South Africans. Basically, we deal with disputes in terms of the Companies Act. We don't deal with labor disputes. For that, you go to the CCMA. The model is similar to an extent that we have mediations, we do arbitrations, and we do adjudications. And I think the mediation is where we offer a very similar service. What we're telling South Africans is don't go to court come to us if there's a company dispute so that we can mediate that dispute. It's free of charge. You don't even need lawyers to represent you. You can come in there and we will assist you with our experienced members and experienced staff. We are in Pretoria, but our telephone number is 012-3941-000. And
all right, thank you.
Now, and they can also email us at registry@companiestribunal.org.za if they want any information from us.
Thank you for the number. I know you are online. In finality, can we just confirm this is an entirely voluntary process, right? So you don't hand down an order. You try and get the parties to reach an agreement that they want to be bound by.
Look, we do three different functions. We do adjudications where we make a decision on certain types of disputes. We do arbitrations where we make a decision. But the one which is voluntary is mediation, where we're telling parties come and resolve disputes amicably. And I think as South Africans, we saw that we were able to resolve disputes in 1994 amicably. And we started calling on South Africans to say, use the tribunal, voluntarily come and do mediations. Let's resolve this amicably, especially at this time of where we are in the country and where we are globally, and especially where the economy is. Let's not waste money unnecessarily on disputes, resolve it amicably, and try and get a win-win solution. And that's what we're trying to sell to all South Africans. The Companies Tribunal is there to try and assist us and assist companies during this dire time of our economy.
All right, thank you very much. And you have sold it well, a free service at a time when companies are struggling so they don't have to go through the costs of heading to court. That was the chairperson of the Companies Tribunal, Dr. Mohamed Chicktay. Now, let's